Hey everybody, welcome to Home with the Halsteads and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making a sweet treat and it's called sand dabs. They are wonderful. It's just a little pickup treat or sweet that you can serve to your family, to your friends when they come over for coffee or tea. You can take it to church, to a group gathering. It's wonderful for showers and parties and weddings. So let me tell you how you make these little sand dabs. We're starting out with 1 stick of butter, which is 1/2 cup, and we want this to sit out and soften so it'll mix easily. 3 tablespoons of confectioner's sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 cup of sifted white lily all-purpose flour. Now let me show you. This is the bag. This is the flour that I use all the time. And today I'm using the all-purpose. If I'm making biscuits, I use self-rising, but my mama used it, I use it, and I love it. And I'm using 1 cup of finely chopped pecans. So let's get busy, and together we are going to make these sand dabs. Okay, let's do this. Let's make our sand dabs. I have preheated our oven to 350 degrees and we'll be baking them for about 20 minutes. Now remember, all of our ovens are different and I check my foods. So you'll just want to watch it and make sure that you don't overcook. I've also lined a baking pan with parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, you can lightly spray your pan or your cookie sheet or whatever you're using. I'm starting out by placing our butter in this medium-sized bowl, and I'm going to start creaming it. Just using my electric hand mixer to start creaming the butter. Next, I'm going to add the confectioner's sugar. Remember, that's 3 tablespoons of confectioner's sugar. Just mixing that around. I just love these little hand mixers. I have a stand mixer that I use, and I primarily use it when I'm making cakes because I have more batter, and so that's usually when I use my stand mixers. But these little hand mixers are just so convenient. Now let's add our vanilla. So I'm adding 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, and we'll mix that around. Next, I'm going to add our flour. Remember, this is 1 cup of sifted white lily all-purpose flour. And I just like to add a little bit at a time so that I can get it all mixed and incorporated together. Turning my bowl. This is so quick and easy, and it's just such a wonderful little pickup dessert that you can enjoy in so many different settings, whether it's at home or at a party, at a reception, at a shower. And now let's add our 1 cup of finely chopped pecans. I wanted to give you a little tip. When you're making desserts of this nature, and sometimes it'll seem like your batter is too soft, well, just stick it in the refrigerator for a few minutes. Now, I'm going to bring our pan over. You can tell that I've lined it with parchment paper. I'm going to scrape down the sides of our bowl, kind of form a little ball with our dough. I think you can see that. Now, I'm going to slip on some gloves. Remember, I tell you that when I'm working with my hands, when I'm shaping different dishes, that it just works so much easier and it doesn't stick to your fingers if you use this. Now I'm going to take just a little teaspoon that I have here, and I'm going to get about that much, put it in my hand, and I'm going to roll it into a little ball or a little finger, a little crescent. You could roll it into a ball, you could roll it into a crescent, and I'm going to place it on our cookie sheet. So I'll get another one. You can make these as large or as small as you want to. Just roll it like that. See, that one's a little bit smaller. And I'm just gonna place them right here. The beauty of this recipe is that it makes just a few, probably about 2 dozen. And I know a lot of you don't need a large recipe. And if you need more, you can just double it or triple it. So I'm going to go ahead and get these rolled out, get them in the oven, and cook them for about 20 minutes. And then I'll come back and we will roll them while they're still warm. We'll roll them in confectioner's sugar. Okay, our sand dabs are done. They are ready to come out of the oven. I'm going to put them on a cooling rack, let them cool for just a few minutes, and while they're still warm, I'm going to roll them in sifted confectioner's sugar. Now I'm starting to roll our sand dabs in confectioner's sugar. I've just sifted some here. You can put 2 or 3 in here at the same time and just kind of coat them. And you want to do this while they're still warm. What I like to do is to place mine back on the rack until they kind of cool. And when you roll them while they're still warm, that powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar, whichever you want to call it, it kind of melts on there. And then you can go back and re-roll if you want to. I've already rolled this one, and so I can just go back and re-roll it if you want more powdered sugar. So I'm going to work to coat these, to roll these in the powdered sugar. Again, I'm wearing gloves. You don't have to wear gloves, but I like to wear gloves when I'm working with pastries, because it just seems to work so much better. So when I get these all rolled in the powdered sugar, then I'll come back. I'm going to place them on this little silver tray that I have here. It's a tray that was given to us when Doug pastored, actually by the first church that he pastored, New Shiloh Baptist Church, in 1965 to 1967. That's when he pastored there, and I'm very proud of this. And this is just about the right size to put these little sand dabs on. So when I get finished, I'll come back and I'll show you our finished product. And there you have it, one beautiful small tray of sand dabs ready to serve to your guests. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. Thank you for always watching Home with the Halsteads, and for sharing our videos, and for liking our page. And now let's try these wonderful sand dabs. It made a beautiful little tray. Look at that. Now I'm sure when I taste this, because of this confectioner's sugar, that I'm going to get it all over me. But you know what? I really don't care, because I know it's going to be so delicious. So here we go. That is so good. Look at that. You'll need a napkin for sure. That is really, really good. I hope you'll try the recipe, and I'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye.